2019 is coming to an end soon, and it would be a shame if there were no top 10 series of the year list. Fortunately, Celebwatch is bringing you the top 10 shows of the year today. Sit back and enjoy. Let's start off with number 10, Primal by Adult Swim. Created by Genndy Tartakovsky after the bold final season of Samurai Jack, Primal is a study in the elasticity of television itself. Tartakovsky and his collaborators have crafted a story about a caveman and the T-Rex who form an unlikely partnership in the wake of trauma and try to survive the terrors of their prehistoric world, all without a shred of dialogue. Primal demonstrates the potency of television as a visual medium. Number 9, Deadwood the Movie, HBO. Turning the merciless passage of time to its advantage, this long-delayed revisiting of David Milch's prematurely cancelled Western was set 10 years after the final episode and wove brief, soundless flashbacks into its storyline so deftly that it seemed as if the town itself were doing the remembering. A touching and ultimately life-affirming meditation on age, death, evolution, and forgiveness, the film doubles as a piercing final statement by Milch, who is suffering from Alzheimer's disease and is unlikely to write any more scripts. Number 8, The Dark Crystals: Age of Resistance by Netflix. Directed by Louis Leterrier and developed by Jeffrey Addis and Will Matthews, this continuation of Jim Henson's 1984 cult classic built out the story to allow for political and theological satire that will intrigue and amuse adults while flying over the heads of most kids. Celebwatch does recommend watching it if you're into politics. Number 7, Bob's Burgers by Fox. There is something to be said about chasing joy. For us at Celebwatch, Bob's Burgers is the most joyful series currently on air. Watching it is akin to sleeping in a warm bath. It's easy to forget about Bob's Burgers on lists such as this one given its consistency, but it shouldn't be taken for granted. In its 10th season, Bob's Burger continues to do what it does best, portray with heartfelt complexity the nature of familial love with an added touch of zaniness and immensely catchy songs. Number 6, Veep by HBO. The last season of this decade's quintessential political comedy plunged into even darker territory, which is saying a lot for a show whose characters once celebrated positive polling numbers over a dead woman's body. Acknowledging that there was no way to avoid the specter of Trumpism, the 7th season leaned hard into it, with storylines about Chinese election interference, a Jonah Ryan campaign with Make America Great Again matching rhetoric, and in the end, Selina Meyer's horrifying decision to fling her most valued staffer under the bus in order to save her presidential campaign. Number 5, Mindhunter by Netflix. We love a true crime mystery that delights in turning over minute details about what it means to investigate the violence of men. This second season of Mindhunter boasts mesmerizing, astute, and impactful direction from David Fincher and Carl Franklin. We at Celebwatch return to the show again and again for its performances, especially Anna Torv as Wendy Carr, a closeted lesbian and psychology professor of sharp constitution, and Holt McCallany as Bill Tench, a man who holds his emotions closely with white-knuckle intensity. Number 4, Watchmen by HBO. In the closing months of the year, the top answer to what's great on TV right now has been and will continue to be Watchmen. HBO's not really an adaptation of the legendary comic proves that high-risk ideas can yield incredibly high-reward results. The show is an ideal mix of massive ideas, micro-level attention to detail, absolute seriousness, and helpfully sly sense of humor. We highly recommend you to watch this HBO masterpiece. Number 3, Unbelievable, Netflix. So much true crime television is the entertainment equivalent of a bag of cheap potato chips. Unbelievable is the antidote to that. It is the most feminist, thoughtful, radical piece of true crime television ever made. The trio of leads played by Toni Collette, Merritt Wever, and Kathleen Dever are among the best characters we saw on TV this year. Even though the sections devoted to Dever's character were so overwhelming, we had a hard time watching them. Number 2, Russian Doll, Netflix. Russian Doll is like the perfect dessert. It's trippy and experimental, yet it has depth and weight to its zaniness as it explores the strange afterlife of Nadia Vulbakov and Alan Javeri, each stuck in a time loop reliving their last day. Russian Doll astounded us for its empathy, but what we love about this show is how it grounds itself in exploring mental illness and the traumas we inherit from our parents. How can we survive a life marked by pain? How can we find joy? The show asks. by moving forward. And finally, number 1, Fleabag by Amazon. It is rare in life for something to exceed expectations, but Fleabag Season 2 did that rare thing. Even fans of Season 1 could not have anticipated what a gift Phoebe Waller-Bridge's return to this darkly comic, achingly honest series would be. Its 6 episodes swept us off our feet by placing us in the company of 2 people, Waller-Bridge's Fleabag and Andrew Scott's irresistible Priest, whose charms and flaws interlocked to form a mind-boggling jigsaw puzzle that we knew deep down could never be completed. We're sure this list has been controversial. Did we miss out on your favorite shows? Do you have your own top 10 list? Don't forget to leave them in the comments below. If things go well, we look forward to making a second part in the near future. Till then, hit like and subscribe to the Celebot channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Celebot out.